Hi, I'm Mike Capuccio with Jones Services, and today I'm here to talk to you about how to integrate a Mitsubishi heating and cooling system into your existing heating system. Okay, so from a cooling side, we're really not going to integrate it much at all. We're going to use it with the boiler side of this for the sake of this video. I mean, it can be used with a furnace, but for the sake of this discussion, we're going to say that we have wet heat today. We have a boiler. We might have perimeter baseboard in our house or radiators in our house. So what is the benefit of this? There is definitely a cost savings above certain temperatures. So for the sake of discussion for this video today, we're going to use above 35 degrees. So above 35 degrees, what we're going to do is we're going to tie these two systems together so they work in conjunction with the outdoor air temperature. All right, so how do we do that? All right, so what we do is behind me here is what's called the KUMU Cloud Station. Okay, so this is what would go in your basement where your boiler is, and this would be tied in to the zones of the existing home of where the wet heat is. So example, if channel 1 is serving the circulator pump for the first floor, we would tie channel 1 into the KUMU Cloud Station to basically control that circulator pump on or off based on the outdoor air temperature. So example, if the outdoor air temperature is above 35 degrees, there's a little sensor right here that goes outside and it senses the outdoor air temperature and it says, hey, above 35 degrees, I don't want my gas to run in that zone because it's cheaper for me to run my Mitsubishi heat pump in that zone. So what it will do, I mean, you could have multiple indoor units in one zone. You could have 4 units on the first floor, let's say. Now that gets tied in through what's called the KUMU Cloud, all right? So we would put one of these little KUMU Cloud devices in each Mitsubishi unit, and basically we would integrate the two together, okay, and tie them together. So above 35 degrees, it's gonna say, hey, put the floor unit on, or put the wall unit on, or put the ducted unit on. Whatever unit that's tied to the Mitsubishi system will then operate over 35 degrees. Now, below 35 degrees, it's going to do just the opposite. It's going to say, hey, turn off my Mitsubishi system and put on my boiler. Again, done through channel 1. Now, we can have multiple circulator pumps to do this. We have channel 2, 3, and 4. We can do up to 4 zones of heating with this. So if we had the second floor or a back room or sunroom or a basement might be on another zone, same thing. We would just tie those into the KUMU Cloud Station to operate above and below a certain temperature. It would tell the system what to do. Now, there's also some other ways that we can tie the two systems together too as well. There is another system that is not really from Mitsubishi Electric system where you can use your traditional thermostat. So if you have a thermostat in your home now that it is hooked up to Wi-Fi and it is compatible with what we call IFTT, which IFTT stands for if this, then that. Basically what that does is the same thing. Above 35, it turns something off, and below 35, it turns something off. So it's basically turning on and off a switch to tell this what to do, but it's doing it through the cloud is what it's doing. So you don't need the Mitsubishi KUMU Cloud Station. So it really depends on how your home is, how the integrated controls are going to work, and how we would put those into your home for what is the best solution for how we would do it. But it's absolutely cost effective to use the heat pump over a certain temperature in certain areas of your home because it's more efficient to run that. Now, if you had oil heat in those homes or electric heat in those homes, you might have electric baseboard in zones, and it's definitely more efficient to heat with a heat pump than it is electric baseboard because the cost per million on BTU is much less with an air source heat pump than it is with a traditional electric baseboard heater. Again, same thing with oil heat. If you have oil heat in those areas, cost of oil fluctuates up and down. It is definitely cost per million BTU. Below 20 degrees is about where the oil is more efficient. On this, above 20 degrees, depending on the cost of oil, again, which system you're going to operate. So Definitely can get more information from us on this, but a great way to bring the two systems together for cost efficiency and try to save some money.